French President Emmanuel Macron has said France will start to ease its strict national lockdown this weekend with the reopening of non-essential shops. Mr. Macron has also announced more coronavirus restrictions are expected to be eased from mid-December, as long as new infections drop below 5,000 a day. The French leader has said the lockdown would be replaced by a nationwide curfew between 9 p.m. and 7 a.m, with the exception of Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, when people will be freer to visit family and loved ones. Bars, restaurants and sports facilities are to remain shut until at least the 20th of January.
Everywhere in the territory, from the 15th of December, a curfew from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. will be in place. We'll be able to circulate freely on the evenings of the 24th and 31st of December to share these moments with our families. But gatherings on public roads will not be tolerated. We'll then be able to take new opening decisions, if possible, around the 20th of January. If the number of infections remains below 5,000 cases per day, sports halls and restaurants will be able to open, and a curfew can be postponed.
Our reporter David Chazan in Paris explains the three-stage exit plan outlined by the French president.
President Macron outlined a three-stage exit from lockdown. The first step comes on Saturday, with shops allowed to reopen and people allowed to go out to exercise within a 20-kilometre radius of their homes instead of just one. And they'll be allowed to spend 3 hours outdoors instead of 1. The second step comes on December the 15th, with the lifting of travel restrictions, provided the number of infections is below 5,000 new cases per day. So that will allow people to move around France to spend Christmas with family or friends. Cinemas, museums and theatres will be allowed to reopen, but a 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. curfew will be introduced. The third stage, on January the 20th, will be to allow restaurants to reopen. President Macron's announcement was somewhat overshadowed by the news that the number of coronavirus deaths in France has now exceeded 50,000. The president said the pandemic was far from over, but the vaccines being developed gives light at the end of the tunnel. And he said that vaccinations would begin as soon as possible, but will not be compulsory in France.